You guys, I need you to take a deep breath with me because what I'm about to tell you does not feel real. It feels like one of those moments where you click on a video expecting chaos, but instead you walk straight into a psychological thriller where the main character is holding the match, the gasoline, and somehow still burning the wind. Because Stephanie did not just come online with an update, she came online with a confession disguised as a rant. A confession that explains exactly why her family spent Thanksgiving in that same cramped one motel. And spoiler alert, the villain in this story is not the landlord, not the universe, not the haters. It is the decisions being made right in that room. And the way she delivered it, the tone, the attitude, besties, I had to pause. I had to sip water. And I had to look around like, am I the crazy one here? Because Stephanie was on camera acting irritated, almost offended, as if the world owed her heated bathroom floors and holiday miracles, while her kids sat in the background living through the consequences of choices she refuses to acknowledge. What shook me the most wasn't even the denial itself, it was the blame. She pointed fingers at the landlord like he personally woke up and said, you know what? Let me ruin Stephanie's life today. Meanwhile, her children, the same children she calls resilient every time she puts them in another preventable situation, spent Thanksgiving in a motel room because their parents did not do what needed to be done. And I am watching this thinking, how did we get here? How does someone narrate their own downfall while sounding annoyed at the audience for witnessing it? And here's where everything really tilts because she starts with cold bathrooms and heated floors, but that's not the story. That was just the warm up. The real mess, the real layered, mind bending mess comes right after. So let's rewind because the details are everything. Stephanie starts the video with this wild, misplaced attitude, the kind of attitude you'd give someone who stole your man, your charger, and the last slice of cake you were saving for later. Not the attitude of a woman explaining why her kids spent yet another holiday crammed in one room motel. She comes on camera yelling about how she wants to be that bee who has heated bathroom floors, like she's delivering a monologue from a soap opera where the universe is the villain.
Be that bitch with the warmed up bathroom, you know, the one where you could just like program your floor in your shower. But no, that's okay. Resilience built every day. It's freezing in here. I literally just ordered washcloths and like a couple new towels, cleaning rags, because since we got in this fucking motel, and y'all have noticed, I'm sure, everything's been mixed. And I can't stand it any fucking more. I can't. I want to wash my face with a washcloth that ain't been on the ground.
And I'm watching like, girl, heated flooring? That is your battle right now? That's the hill you're choosing to die on? Not fixing your situation? Not giving your kids some stability? No, it's heated tiles. It's the bathroom not being toasty enough for your morning routine. Meanwhile, your children are literally waking up in that same freezing bathroom to get ready for school. And I swear, sometimes I think she genuinely believes luxuries fall from the sky if you complain loud enough. You don't manifest warm tiles like some TikTok manifestation trend. People who have had heated bathroom floors, they worked. They saved. They showed up to life. They did not film their struggles, whine to the internet, and wait for magic to fall into their lap. And if she wanted a warm bathroom so badly, she could have grabbed a $20 space heater like everyone else grinding through winter. But no, complaining on camera was apparently the easiest option. Complaining gets engagement. Complaining means she doesn't have to do anything but talk. Then she hits us with this her favorite coping slogan, the we're resilient. We make it work every day speech. Besties, at this point, that line is so overused, it should be retired. Those kids don't need resilience. They need two adults who stop using that word like gorilla glue to hold their disastrous decisions together. Every time life gets uncomfortable, she throws around, we're a resilient family, like it's a personality trait. As if resilience is something kids should brag about instead of being protected from situations that require it.
To wash the ground. Like, come on now. So anyways, and in light of us being denied again for some stupid little pretty thing, like honestly y'all, this is the thing. The place that we were just about to get approved for, they didn't want more than 3 marks on our credit. I had 3. Drew has 2. So together we had 5, which is why we didn't qualify. But I was like looking at them and I'm like, bro, these inquiries on our freaking credit and what we do have on them combined is less than 10 grand, and you're still like not doing what? Anyways, a little morning ramble while I wash my face with a fucking t-shirt. That's why I literally just bought some washcloths, because fuck this, bro. Fuck that. Anyways.
And here's the part that annoys me the most. Life doesn't improve just because you talk about it improving. It improves when you actually get up and do something. And Stephanie, she does the bare minimum. Cooks sometimes, films the struggle for content, claps back at critics, but never does the real work to fix the mess. It's like she wants the reward without the house, without the credit, the comfort without the effort. And somehow we're all supposed to clap for that. And then we reach the main event. She finally addresses the housing situation, and the way she did it, oh, I felt my soul leave my body for a second. Because she did not sit down calmly. She did not explain like a grown adult trying to sort out her life. No. She delivered that announcement with the same energy someone has when you bump into them at Walmart and they pretend they weren't the ones blocking the aisle. She comes on camera angry, voice raised, snapping like someone had slapped a fresh, expensive latte straight out of her hand. And the reason she gives, a stupid little thing. That is her explanation, a stupid little thing.
Now, the first thing that we learn about Stephanie Jenkins is that she starts off her video high. Like, she is so high, her eyes are rolling when she's speaking. And so let's also get into how she talks about how she was nearly approved, because Drew Jenkins had said on his live that they were approved for a new house. They were approved for, I think, a 3-bedroom. But then Stephanie Jenkins said that they were near it. What does it mean to be near approved for something? I always thought it's like either you're approved for something or you're not approved for something. But she was near it and wasn't able to actually get it because Stephanie Jenkins Thompson said she had 3 marks on her credit. And then Drew had 2. And 3 plus 2 equals 5. So they had more than 3 marks on their credit. So they weren't able to get approved for the new house. What? How does that make sense? How do you have that many marks? And then Stephanie Jenkins is like, we only owe $10,000. Girl, I thought you were making that like in a week. I thought you were making so much more money than all of us, but whatever. Go ahead and comment and tell me what you think. I still can't get over how like high she was in the beginning.
But besties, when she breaks it down, the math is mathing, and the stupidity isn't coming from the landlord. The place only allows three marks on your credit. Stephanie has 3. Drew has 2. So together, that's 5 marks. 5 bright red flags, waving like they're trying to get the attention of a helicopter rescue team. But she says it like it's nothing, like, oh yeah, just 5 marks, guys, no big deal. She tries to downplay the whole thing by saying they owe less than 10K altogether, as if the amount magically erases the history behind it. She talks about debt like it's a coupon you forgot to use. But credit isn't about the amount you owe. It's about whether you pay people back on time. It's about consistency, responsibility, basic adulthood. Someone could owe 80K and still qualify for a house because they pay steadily every month without excuses.
Stephanie said that she got denied for this place because she has $10,000 in debt between her and Drew. First of all, if that's it, just pay it because you have the money. Second of all, I'm sorry, but she's just not hustling hard enough. And I'm going to tell you how I know that. I have way more than that in debt. And I'm not even counting my student loans, right? I would probably put money on the fact that my credit is much worse than Stephanie's. That's just the truth of the matter. It is. I'm a single mom of 4 kids, and I've just had to struggle for a long time. My car broke down recently, and I had to go, and I probably went to like 4 dealerships and got denied by like even the ones for bad credit, but I just kept going, and I just kept haggling, and I just kept saying, how much do I have to put down? What can I do? And I eventually was able to get something, and yeah, am I going to end up like paying twice what the car is worth by the time I get it paid off? Yep. But I did it, and I have a reasonable car payment, and I have a nice, car to transport all my children in, and it's safe. When I got the house that I have now, I could not find something with the bedrooms that we needed. I found a 3-bedroom with an unfinished basement. And you know what I did? I finished that motherfucker with my bare hands. Do I know anything about construction? No. But I did it.
Meanwhile, Stephanie's over here acting shocked that skipping payments, missing deadlines, and being financially unpredictable did not result in a cozy little home with heated floors. And the denial, let's be honest, it wasn't random. It wasn't unfair. It was a landlord saying, absolutely not. I'm not signing up for a 12-month headache because this denial was a result of one, missed payments, unstable income, needing a co-signer, not being able to cover a higher deposit, and a very long, very loud pattern of not following through on anything. But she still somehow manages to act shocked, confused even. She doesn't understand why their credit was viewed combined. And I'm sitting there like, Stephanie, sweetheart, baby girl. If two adults are going to live in a rental, both adults get reviewed, married or not. It's not a conspiracy, it is a paperwork. And here's where her logic fully leaves the chart. If the debt is not a big deal, why haven't they paid it off? They've been in that motel for a whole year, filming daily, getting views, getting gifts, getting support, but somehow not a single dent made in the debt that's supposedly tiny. This should have been her wake-up call, her turning point, her moment to say, you know what, let's sit down, fix your credit, pay what we can and try again. But instead, she immediately folds. She just gives up like someone who got eliminated in the first round of a game show and decided that meant they're done with life. And here's the part that made everyone's eyebrows rise to the ceiling. Drew alone would have qualified. He had only 2 marks. He has a job, a stable income. He actually had a shot. But being with Stephanie, her instability dragged the entire family straight down with her. This is not me being harsh, by the way. This is the reality she admitted herself without realizing it. And honestly, people weren't lying when they said these two bring out the absolute worst in each other. Apart, they had stability. But together, they've got credit issues, a motel room, 5 marks, and 0 progress. It's like watching 2 drowning people insist on dragging each other down instead of swimming to shore. Now, let's talk about the demeanor, because the part had me clutching my imaginary pearls. The video was unsettling in a way I can't sugarcoat, can't soften, can't wrap in a polite little bow. From the very first second she appears on screen, she looks off. And not the kind of off where you're tired or stressed. No, this was the kind of off where your brain immediately goes, wait, what is happening right now? Her eyes are twitching, not blinking, not fluttering, twitching, sharp, rapid movements, like her body was trying to keep up with something her mind hadn't caught up to yet. Then they start rolling around, unfocused, darting everywhere, like she was having a full internal conversation we weren't invited to. Her body language jittery, restless, like her bones were vibrating under her skin. And the accents, Lord, she switched accents at least 10 times in one video. 10. That's not storytelling. That is not personality. That is not quirky mom energy. That is someone whose system is doing gymnastics.
What the fuck was she saying? Because, like, what the fuck? She was doing about 15 fucking accents when she was talking to us in her little vlog or whatever, trying to explain to us that they got 5 marks on their credit and it's under 10 grand, which would be not smart if you paid them off. You possibly could do some, like, payment plans or whatever, because deleting those things off your credit is going to naturally, very quickly decrease your points, or your credit score, because you're getting them deleted. But that's neither here nor there, because I do my credit things differently. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is, child, like, what the fuck was I watching just now? I watched that shit. My baby crying because she wants some pizza, but we eating as a family, so I'm waiting on my husband to get out of the shower. He tripping because it sounds like he on the phone right now and ain't even took no damn shower. But honey, I didn't know what the fuck I was watching. This is exactly what y'all talking about, because I kept saying to myself, what the fuck do y'all mean? Because I watch other people update me on the Resilient Jenkins. This is what y'all was talking about. She using all these different fucking accents, y'all. Y'all kept saying it. She even went British on us just now. Fuck God. I said, oh my gosh. She's fucking funny. Then she said she just watched the washcloths. It seems to me that she's not using washcloths until she watched.
It felt like she took a long, deep hit of something, held it in, pressed record, and then tried to act normal. But the substance hit faster than her brain could form a sentence. The energy spikes out of nowhere. 1 second she's talking slow, next second she's bouncing, then she smirks, those weird out of place smirks that don't match the conversation, like she's reacting to something we cannot see. This wasn't funny. This wasn't eccentric. This was the kind of alarming that makes you sit forward and squint at the screen, because you're watching someone unravel in real time. And the scariest part, her kids are right there in the motel. Right there. inches away from the chaotic energy, watching their mom spiral on camera like it's part of the daily routine. It's one thing to see an adult make reckless choices in private, but to see her do it publicly on camera, with her kids in that tiny room, absorbing every micro expression and every behavior shift, it hits different. It hits sad. It hits dangerous. It hits like a warning we're all witnessing while she pretends everything is fine. Then comes the part that genuinely made viewers gag. She starts talking about ordering new washcloths, rags, and towels because everything gets mixed up in the motel. And the way she said it casually, and no, just no. If you've watched her for a while, you remember her saying they sometimes use washcloths instead of toilet tissue because it's expensive, and each person gets one cloth for a week. Now imagine those same washcloths mixing with cleaning rags on the same bathroom floor. She even said she wanted a washcloth that hasn't been on the ground, meaning their usual ones are on the ground with rags in the same mix, and that is what she uses on her face. And after all of this, she washed her face with her dirty t-shirt.
So Stephanie is up here bitching about rags and how she wants to wash her face with a rag that hasn't been on the floor, and then she picks up a crusty t-shirt and starts washing her face with it. Why are you using a wash rag to wash your face? Use your fucking hands or a tool. Why are you washing your face with a wash rag? It's so rough on your fucking skin. I need to move past that, Paisley. If you wash your face with a wash rag, I'm sorry, but I find it really weird. I'm not going to make eye contact with you when I say it. It's a little strange. It's bad for your skin, I'm sure. I'm sorry. I'm not a skincare expert. Please use your hands. And then she's talking about being denied the credit because her credit is poopy bananas. Yeah, you need to work on your credit. That's how you're going to get approved. At least you're not seeming like you're lying this time. It actually has an explanation. Good job. Good job at actually being able to talk. I'm pretty sure it's probably still a lie, but this time it doesn't seem like it. I can't get over her washing her face with that crusty t-shirt. My skin hurts. I have sensitive skin, and putting a wash rag on my face would make it bleed and hurt. Basically what she's saying, Drew could have gotten the place, but it's because of her credit that drug him down, because they want 3 dings, and together they have 5, because he's got 2, she's got 3. She's bringing him down at this point. Stephanie is bringing Drew down. Man, I'm watching the video and we're doing commentary, by the way.
Then she spins the camera around and shows us the toaster she's using for her kids' breakfast. The toaster looked like it hadn't been cleaned at any time in the last year. It was rough, visually rough. After all this chaos and confusion and discomfort, she posts a caption under the video. She says she's trying to do more in the moment vlogs to give her kids an even better Christmas. Then she tells viewers, support if you want, hate if you want, please engage. And this was manipulation 101. She wants engagement but offers no growth, no improvement, no solutions. She always has money for her wants, appliances, little luxuries. But suddenly, when it comes to Christmas for the kids, the viewers must step in. She uses her kids as sympathy bait, but never uses the platform to improve their actual lives. When you zoom out, the reality becomes heartbreaking. Those kids have lived through things that children should never experience, not because of poverty alone, but because of the choices being made over and over again. Stephanie leans on the idea of resilience because it lets her avoid accountability, but resilience shouldn't be the family's personality trait. It should be a last resort. And seeing her behavior, the instability, the lack of responsibility, you can't help but wonder. Does she even see the damage? Does she understand the consequences? Does she realize that her kids won't forget this? Honestly, at this point, she needs real professional help. Something isn't right. So now we're left with one big question. How long can she keep blaming the world for problems that she refuses to fix? Because I can't be the only one who sees the red flags everywhere. In her behavior, in the finances, in the parenting, in the choices. What about you guys? What do you think? Because this is one of the wildest, most concerning online situations I've seen in a long time. Let me know your thoughts because there is more coming.